Hey everyone, it's Arminder here, and today I'm going to try for the very first time a sample of a brand new rum that just hit the market. This is from Raising Glasses. They were the ones to send me this sample, and this is their brand new Full Circle 8 Nation Blend 2025 edition. Now, as that name implies, it is indeed a multi-country blend, and it is looking to be kind of like an annual release. And each year's blend will kind of consist of the same kind of base blend, something that will be kind of consistent year in, year out, and then added to that base blend every year will be kind of a different selection of additional rums. Now, this release is a collaboration between the folks at Raising Glasses and two well-known folks from the rum world. We've got Shannon Mustafer, who you might know from the awesome Tiki Modern Tropical Cocktails book, and also the rum champion Brian Inman, who you might know from this. Sucks, actually.
Make you watch me dance.
Yeah.
Make you watch me dance.
Turn off your audio.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, you can keep on dancing, just turn off your audio. Yeah, there's a whole video of stuff like that you can watch after watching this video. Now, that base blend that I mentioned, that kind of is consistent year in, year out, that makes up about 2/3 of this 2025 edition. And in terms of what rums are a part of that base blend, well, it breaks down a little something like this. Not even a little, it is exactly this, or at least according to the folks at Raising Glasses, who I trust since it's their rum. As you can see here, the kind of largest component is the 8-year-old Barbados rum. And in general, Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, those are fairly common countries to see in multi-country blends. That's kind of a thing. But the addition of the Ghana and the Thailand rum, that is very interesting. That's not a thing, at least I have seen a lot of in multi-country blends, so my interest is piqued. Now, if you do the math, all of that adds up to 66 or 67%. I was about to say ABV, but that's not what we're talking about. Just that's the percentage of the blend. Now, the remaining third is specific to the 2025 edition, and that breakdown looks like this. And as you can see here, 16% of it is a privateer rum, 4-year-old, aged, I believe, in New American Oak, and then 14% is a 9-year-old Thai rum. So we've got even more Thai rum, which is super cool. And then the final 3% is a 3-year-old rum from Madeira from Orenzio. And I believe, just based on the fact that it's Raising Glasses, that it might be the same rum that was in their ethereal release last year. So that is the 2025 blend. There are actually two versions of the blend that are available right now. The foolproof version, which what I have here, is bottled at 62.1% ABV. It's priced at $40 for a $3.75. And then there's a proof down version down to I believe 55% ABV, and that's priced at $50 for a $7.50. What's not available, which I think would be kind of fun, is just to have a bottling of just the base blend, right? That way you can kind of taste it and try it against each year's blend to see how those new additional rums affect and alter the base blend. So if anyone from Raising Glasses is watching this, that would be nice to have. Okay, so enough talking about the rum. Let's actually try it. So I'm going to pour it out here and give you my first impressions. And those, of course, are just my first impressions, my gut reactions. They can and might change as I try it more and more. So smelling this, the first reaction I have to it is that there's a brightness to the aroma, right? It doesn't feel like overly like those heavy wood oak age notes, though I am getting like maybe some caramel and vanilla, but generally it's a bright, airy, breezy kind of aroma, if any of that makes sense. And within that is some coconut, like some toasted coconut, and a little bit of like citrus peel, orange peel kind of thing going on. Definitely kind of, in a way, has a lot of the kind of notes that I expect out of maybe like a Foursquare rum. That's kind of what this is kind of evoking for me. Okay, let's give it a sip. Cheers. Oh, interesting. Oh, it really kind of evolves on the palate. That was kind of my first reaction. So the first experience that you have on the palate is a richer, lusher, a fuller experience, right? I feel like I'm getting a little wave of caramel, getting a little fruitiness, and some of that coconut maybe even. But then it starts kind of, the ABV starts kicking in a little bit, right? So now it's getting a little more crunchier, a little more livelier on the palate. It's got some jagged edges now. But cutting through that, or actually starting from the rich, sweeter stuff, the richer stuff, there's this, it's spice note that kicks in. it's not clove, but something that kind of is playing sort of in the same space as that. When it first hits your tongue and gets in your mouth. Yeah, it gets in your mouth. That's not a weird thing to say. I've made it weird, but rum goes in your mouth. Like, okay, I'm gonna stop. And what's cool is if you hold on to that spice note, that not clove note, whatever it is, and you ride it through, once you go through the richness and the lushness, then that kind of like incite intensity of the high alcohol, then it ends up in a drier place. I'm kind of left with a little bit of black pepper, but also a little bit of I was gonna say twig or earth, but maybe it's more like a tea leaf, you know, like a kind of, I was gonna say leaf first actually, but then I'm thinking more like a black tea maybe. But there's also a very slight almost umami thing, not full on like soy sauce, but veering in that direction on the back end. I kind of really like that actually. It's a contrast to what you're tasting up front with that richer, creamier, more caramel forward experience at the beginning. Now, my initial kind of gut reaction, overall, I like it. I'm not like wowed by it, like, oh my God, this is amazing. But I've liked it, and I like what it's kind of doing. I like some of the flavors. Really intrigued by that baking spice note that I can't quite put my finger on. Like the little bit of tea, and you know, it's a coherent, well put together blend for sure. I am interested in seeing it proofed down a little bit. The folks at Raising Glasses, they themselves have said that it really kind of sings at the lower proof version, the 55% version, compared to the full proof version. So now I'm kind of intrigued. So what I think I want to do is add a little bit of water. It's not going to be precise or anything like that, but we'll add a little water, see what happens. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know how much water I put in. I tried to put in just maybe 4 or 5 drops, but I like that so much better. Yeah, it really opened up the rum. Maybe less of a kind of clear stages of what I had described. Now it's more of a kind of spread out experience. That lushness definitely goes a little bit more across the palate, but it kind of really works for me. Much more fruit now on the palate, where I don't know if I got a whole lot of fruit at full proof, but here in the middle, there's even like a, gosh, apple or pear thing going on. Now the baking spice note that I was getting, it's less one note and feels a little more, there's a little more complexity there, but it's spread out, like the fruit, like the kind of slight weird flavor that's there off in the background. That's really intriguing. You know, it's not industrial, it's not patrol, but it's, I don't know, it's something going on that I'm kind of intrigued by. I wish I had added water sooner, frankly, to this, because I think it was just fun. So yeah, my opinion on the rum really kind of spiked up after adding the water. I thought that was fine enough at full proof. My God, it really does sing. Proofed at that 55 or whatever it is. No, well, actually, I don't know what I did. I added, you know, I tried to be conservative with the water I added, so I don't know where I ended up getting to, obviously, with the ABV. But yeah, just a fun, interesting mix of flavors that really gel and harmonize together once they are kind of layered together as opposed to in discrete segments. I think, at least right now, we'll see how I feel after this, and how, if I come back the next day or two thinking about this experience. Because usually that's what I'll do. I'll try a sample and I'll wait to see if the next day or the day after, if I'm still thinking about the rum, then to me that's a good sign I should go ahead and buy it. We'll see, but I think I might, just because I wish I had more of that proof down version in the glass to continue to sip on. So I think that kind of bodes well, but we will see. So yeah, that is it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. And if you want to support this channel, check out my Patreon page, where I have a bunch of exclusive content that you can check out. And if you sign up for one of the paid tiers, you get access to the Rum Revival Discord server, where you get to chat with other rum lovers all about rum. It's a fun community. Come and hang out with us. And thank you so much. We'll catch you all next time. Cheers.